Caitlin Clark says, how do you say bang in Portuguese? It don't matter! Bang! For a preseason game, they flew up from Brazil, lost by 64, and got to make TikToks with Caitlin Clark after the game. Where do I sign up? Bang! Not sure why they played the game in Iowa, because Caitlin Clark, she was still shooting the shot from South America, baby! Bang!
Caitlin Clark was genuinely taken aback, and for once it wasn't because she sank a deep three or shattered another milestone. This time, something far less expected caught her off guard. The entire Brazilian national squad, along with their head coach, offered praise so intense and surprising that even one of the most composed athletes on the court was visibly shaken.
Team were lining up to get autographs. She signed their jerseys. They were getting her to sign their jerseys. She was signing the players' jerseys. This is like Dream Team. This is literally like Dream Team stuff. We haven't seen this since the damn Dream Team. She is literally signing the jerseys of teams she played against. She's signing their jerseys. They're that much in awe of her.
This wasn't your usual "she's got skills" kind of line. No, it was the sort of statement that leaves everyone speechless, a declaration from a seasoned pro that had Caitlin blinking in disbelief, as if thinking, did that really just get said? It was raw, sincere, and so powerful it felt like a moment that could define her legacy. And you know who didn't get a single word of that love despite facing the same team days earlier? Angel Reese, and she's definitely not thrilled. Drop your city in the comments so we know Caitlin Clark's fan army is representing worldwide.
Good, how are you?
Are you an amazing player? Congratulations.
Thanks.
You changed the history in basketball.
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Pause for a moment and take this in. Brazil, known for samba, soccer icons, and unbeatable cuisine, has officially added Caitlin Clark, admiration to its cultural lineup. Who saw that coming? It wasn't during a championship or high-stakes game, just a preseason friendly, yet Caitlin made such a statement that it felt like the basketball world tilted. Brazil's longtime coach, possibly in the game longer than some viewers have been alive, saw her in action and responded like he'd just seen the female Jordan. This wasn't casual appreciation, it felt sacred.
The team she played against last night, and I understand a lot of this team was young, but the team she played against last night, getting pictures with Caitlin Clark at the end of the game, having her literally sign their jerseys, and those jerseys, you better believe the coach of the rival team being in shock. Like, this is the dream team. This is the dream team. This is the opponents getting pictures with the dream team.
But that wasn't the end of it. The coach didn't just toss out compliments and move on. It felt like a crowning moment. This wasn't fluff from a nostalgic commentator stuck in a bygone era. It was pure, top-tier reverence. He talked about her like she was a legend in real time, as if she'd descended from the heavens, grabbed a basketball, and decided to conquer the league. Coming from a nation where soccer is nearly divine, that kind of recognition carries real weight.
Brazil, their coaching had no answer whatsoever for Caitlin Clark, and they threw so many different looks at her. Like, I've never seen a team throw so many different looks at it.
And then things reached another level. After the final buzzer, Caitlin didn't retreat to the locker room like many stars might. She stayed behind to sign a Brazilian national team jersey because they personally requested it. Think about that. Caitlin Clark, the current beacon of women's hoops, casually putting her autograph on their uniform like it was just another day. But this wasn't just ink. It was a moment sealed in history. Like Da Vinci signing someone else's masterpiece. That's how iconic it was.
There you go. Thank you. Best of luck, guys. Yeah,
Go viral with that shot.
I know, I'm crazy.
After you do that, can we do a TikTok video?
What made the moment unforgettable was Caitlin's humility. No smug smiles, no showboating, no diva delay. She signed with genuine warmth and calm, the kind of elegance that makes you wonder if she's even real or just a mold for the ideal athlete. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is online muting fans and claiming she's above such things. Caitlin, in contrast, is out here giving autographs like she's negotiating global unity.
We know that we can be the best front court in this league, so just trying to do the best as we can. I think in this offseason, we got the shooters that we needed, and as you can see tonight, we have some great shooters out there, which the space is out for both of us. So I think we're in a great direction.
And just earlier that day, Brazil's players were copying Caitlin's style during warm-ups, flinging long-range shots like they were auditioning for a parody. Fast forward post-game, and those same athletes were lined up like fans at a stadium show, phones up, faces lit with excitement, all eager for a picture or signature like Caitlin was Beyoncé dribbling a basketball.
The footage of the Brazilian national team dancing on Caitlin Clark logo at Carver Arena. Man, a lot of people had mixed reviews about it. Well, it looked like that wasn't the only clip because the entire team got in on the action, bro. Got in on the jumping on Caitlin Clark logo, stomping on it.
Caitlin stepped on the court and did exactly what the crowd had hoped for, nailed a deep three with that smooth confidence that makes everyone freeze mid-breath. She wasn't performing for attention. She was just doing what she always does, casually shattering expectations. The Brazilian squad, still stunned by the brilliance they'd just witnessed, suddenly realized they weren't just watching history, they were now a part of it. Unfortunately for them, not in the flattering kind of way, but in the kind that ends up looping in highlight videos forever.
They were there. They were knocking her on her ass a couple of times. They were being physical. They were denying her. They didn't try to stop during the game. They just did not have it. They're so excited. They're taking pictures with her after the game. They're taking pictures. They're taking pictures with her like...
That's the real gap. Caitlin doesn't simply participate in the game. She owns every second of it. While some are busy stirring up drama online or chasing brand deals that vanish quicker than a missed Angel Reese jumper, Caitlin is busy rewriting the pace and pulse of the WNBA. Brazil didn't just observe her, they were left speechless by her presence. And honestly, who wouldn't be?
Hey, pardon me, just trying to get through real quick. Sorry about that. Bang!
Excuse me, ma'am. Hold on. I think you dropped something. Oh, it's a dime.
Floater, look at that. Big it bang, boom, 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 bang. And her misses are majestic and set up her teammates for success. Look at this soft bounce off the rim, put back by her teammate. Bang! Just stand in the corner, clap your heels together 3 times and cut to the basket. Caitlin Clark will find you every single time.
Guess who didn't spark that kind of reaction from Brazil? Angel Reese. No fan chaos, no coach gushing on the mic, no jersey autographs, just a few bricks and forgotten minutes. Turns out, real respect isn't something you tweet into existence, it's something earned on the hardwood. When's the last time a foreign coach gave Reese that kind of praise? Or when a team queued up for her signature like they were meeting a legend? In one evening, Brazil gave Caitlin Clark more admiration than Reese's self-promotions have drawn in years. That's the truth. Reese wants the spotlight, but Caitlin keeps taking the pen and writing the headline.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. "It's because of me too, and I want you to realize."
While Reese and her followers might be fixated on social media metrics, Caitlin is once again out there receiving a standing ovation, proving why she's the face of the league. She didn't wait for fame to knock. She opened the East door and invited it in. Now, whether you're in Iowa or Sao Paulo, the message is clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just a standout, she's a worldwide surge. Brazil didn't just see a player, they encountered a force of nature. When Caitlin's in the game, everything shifts. If Reese wants that same energy, it'll take more than a few curated captions. Brazil didn't crowd around for Angel. They weren't sharing her jumpers like wildfire. Caitlin enters the game and instantly changes the frequency. People feel that's something rare, something alive. Reese talks a big future, but Caitlin's already living it, and the world is cheering her on.
Oh boy, did that feel good. Did that feel good from Caitlin Clark opening up the game, pull-up 3, bang. to the logo 3 to close the third quarter, walking off to a standing ovation. Caitlin Clark pulling up from 36 feet out. From start to finish, there was never a doubt in our mind. There was never a time where we even thought to ourselves, is this game going to be close? Indiana comes out, 8-0 run, close out the first quarter, close out the second quarter, close out the third quarter, sit our starters in the fourth quarter, and by the time it's all said and done, the Indiana Fever score more than double the Brazilian.
And here's the wild part, she played just 18 minutes. That's shorter than a single episode of your favorite sitcom. But in those 18 minutes, Caitlin turned the floor into a lecture hall and delivered a full-blown masterclass. Every move said something. Each pass was like art in motion. She'd already exited the game before Reese could hit send on her next explaining my side tweet, yet somehow left a deeper imprint. By the final buzzer, it felt like we'd just watched an entire career arc, and she hadn't even broken a sweat.
First look at Caitlin Clark in her second WNBA season, and she did not disappoint. She was raining threes, her handle looked tighter than ever, her vision was on point, and she brought this energy, and she brought the crowd, and everything was just electric because she was on the...
That's what sets her apart. Most players need the entire game to leave an impression. Caitlin just needs a moment. She doesn't chase attention, she is the attention. The second Brazil saw even a glimpse of her skill set, the coolness vanished, and they joined the rest of us on the Caitlin Clark is the future train. No hesitation, no debate.
But all in all, Caitlin Clark with a plus 42. She played 18 minutes. She played 18 minutes and was plus 42. Plus 42. 42 in 18 minutes. And there was a stage where it was her with all the rookies and she was still just carrying them. She got 2 assists to, I think, to a Von Ejim. 1 foul, 3 turnovers to 5 assists.
You know that rush you get when you figure out something difficult and think, maybe I'm kind of brilliant? That's what Caitlin gave us 18 straight minutes of that feeling. Except she wasn't solving problems, she was inventing them. While defenders tried to plant their feet, Caitlin had already mapped out the entire play and finished it. Her reads were eerily precise, like she had access to some playbook no one else could see moving through defenders who still looked like they were buffering.
108-44, Caitlin Clark. Did she look rusty? I don't know. 16.6 rebounds, 5 assists, plus 42 plus minus in only 19 minutes of hoops. Caitlin Clark hoops are back. She looked good, folks.
And as Angel Reese was likely scrolling her feed, crafting another post about being misunderstood, Caitlin was out on the floor performing a minimalist masterwork. Let's be clear, this wasn't about running up the score for clout. It was refined control. Caitlin could have dropped 40 if she wanted, but she didn't have to. Her command of the game spoke volumes. Her timing, her pacing, it all felt orchestrated, like she was live editing a highlight reel. And she wrapped it all up in under 20 minutes, leaving the court practically on fire.
Honestly, I didn't plan to shoot that logo 3. I know coming into the game, everybody wanted me to shoot one from there. But Steph was like, was supposed to come out at the end of the third, so she's like, give a foul, give a foul, give a foul. And then it was 30 seconds on the clock, which like between 30 to 33, that's like your 2-for-1 range where you have to get one up. So I saw 30 as we're inbounding the ball, which probably is inbounding the ball at 30, probably a little low. But I was like, why not? Might as well launch one, and it went in, and then Steph used the timeout to get me out. But yeah, that was...
While other players were hustling, drenched in sweat, and clinging to any shred of relevance like their careers depended on it, Caitlin looked like she might take a break to grab a cold brew. This wasn't just control, it was graceful mastery. The tempo shifted around her, for her, because of her. She wasn't chasing statistics. The stats were chasing her, hoping to become part of something historic. Caitlin doesn't just compete, she transforms the court. Her style combines sharp intellect and athletic brilliance, forcing the competition to either step up or fall behind. Spoiler alert, most are being left behind.
Nope, we don't have moose tracks, no cookie dough either. Don't even ask about cookies and cream. I'll tell you what we do have, though. This is the locals' favorite. They always want 2 scoops, not 1 scoop. Butter pecan. Bang! Oh, yeah, she's like that. You too long. Hey, let's go.
As Brazil's coach observed everything unfolding, you could almost see the wheels turning in his head. This is a man who's coached across eras, from medalists to game changers. But when Caitlin nailed that step-back three, it seemed like he questioned everything he thought he knew. For a split second, there was a hint of silent panic, like he was rethinking a lifetime of coaching strategies. Did I miss something? Has the game evolved, and she's the new standard? Odds are, he walked out of that arena seriously contemplating naming a Brazilian street after Caitlin Clark.
We want to compete, we want to be our best, we want to compete at a high level. We've got edgy players, we've got competitive players, and I guarantee you it doesn't matter if we're playing cards or if we're playing basketball. They want to win, and they want to do what it takes to win and position themselves to win. So I love that about this group. It means that we don't waste time in practice. They don't waste reps. They don't waste moments we have to get better, and it really is a joy to coach.
Honestly, that idea doesn't seem too far-fetched. If the coach ever floated the idea of a Caitlin Clark Day in Sao Paulo, people would probably nod, grab their jerseys, and settle in to watch fever highlights like it was the Olympics. That game wasn't just another friendly, it was a wake-up call. A reminder for anyone who's still downplaying her rise that the hype is more than deserved. And if you're a coach who didn't tip your hat after seeing that performance, maybe check your pulse. Greatness that clear doesn't need defending, it demands respect. Anything less? Just denial disguised as indifference.
I thought it was electric. It's what you've seen, whether it's from the outside on television or being here broadcasting, but to actually feel the energy. I mean, it is a thing when you talk about having a six man, so to speak, crowd energy. It gives you a lift, it gives you a boost. It's why we all do what we do, like to feed into these kinds of environments. And so it was a lot of fun.
Dean and I, yes, we hear you. Angel Reese fans trying to turn the narrative, saying she brings fire to the game. Fire's nice. Results are better. Caitlin didn't just rack up numbers, she left an indelible mark. While Reese tweets away, Caitlin is signing jerseys for the very team that tried to take her down. That's not a story, that's undeniable evidence. Brazil's players knew exactly what they saw. They didn't leave licking their wounds, they left with stories they'll be sharing with their kids one day.
I'm glad I can be a role model for them, and they have a great impact on me too, and that's why you do it. Even at the end of the day, say I scored 0 points, I'm sure they still would have been there screaming my name and wanting an autograph, and I think that just really kind of puts into perspective the impact, and there's a lot more bigger things in life than basketball.
Let's be real, Angel Reese doesn't exactly have teams rushing over post-game for photos or souvenirs. She's got subtweets and PR spin. Caitlin's got box scores, highlights, and entire countries falling for her game. There's a big difference between claiming to be the face of the league and actually being it. One's busy showing up on magazine covers, the other's still hunting for digital attention. One is captivating to watch, while the other's a meme in the making. By the end of the game, only one question echoed in that arena. Did we just witness the future? No, you witnessed the present. Smooth, sharp, unforgettable, and her name is Caitlin Elizabeth Clark. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is still looking for validation while Caitlin is collecting it, country by country. Because when you're this undeniable, the applause follows, even on foreign soil. Drop your location in the comments to show where Caitlin Clark's fanbase is repping across the globe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss a moment. Click the video on screen, we'll catch you there.